Claremont to Kissimmee, Winter Garden, or Windermere, and Disney's own Celebration and Golden Oak. I'm Realtor Victor Naraki, and this is Disney at your doorstep. 2 people watching already. Yay! Hey, hello. Okay, so we are in Davenport. Hold on, I'm going to put this banner up. So, okay, so, gotta be so careful. Okay, so, hello, Adam, hello, Disney Boiler Up. Please. Hi, no, hi does not say that you can hear me. You have to say, yes, you can hear me, or no, you can't. Does nobody see that sign? Anyway. Yes, we can hear. Yes, we can hear. Yes, we can hear. Okay, now I'm going to go outside. I want to see if you can hear me because we're testing this mic and we can't test it without real people. So I'm in Davenport right now. That is the Welcome Center over there. If you ever want to go to here and learn more about the area. And this is the real main shopping area for the community. And it's growing very, very fast. So my trusty helper here from WDW Travels, please join their Facebook page and their YouTube channel. Great. We finally figured this out. Oh, Lord. Well, it goes over 200 feet, they said, too. Okay, so we're going to drive around, and then we're driving to a community. I don't get to Davenport too often, but a lot of people have been asking for it.
Loud and clear.
That's good. Buff City Soap. Oh, I was hoping that said soup. Darn it. I would love a soup store. I want soup. And they have a Starbucks over here.
You can't have soup.
You have air conditioning.
Oh, okay.
It's so cold in my house. That looks like a Hobby Lobby over there. There's Dick's Sporting Goods. There's a Target. There's a Best Buy. When I lived in this area, this is where I used to shop all the time. A lot of other stores coming in. And then it sort of froze in 2008, when the market dropped. There wasn't a lot of development. Now there's a lot of development here.
Jill McKelvey, I hope I said that right, McKelvey, says, I live in Davenport. I love it.
Good. That's good. What section do you live in, Jill? So now we're going on to the 27 right here. This is the 27. So if you were going to Disney from here, you could do 2 ways, several ways, but this is the most popular ways are take the 27 all the way up to the 192, you're there. Or you hop on the 4, get off at exit 62, but often the 4 has a lot of traffic, so you'd want to weigh which one is better.
Yeah, it might take us a minute to get out of here, but
I think we'll do okay now.
We'll be all right.
We'll do okay turning left.
How's everybody doing today? Everybody having a good day?
Everybody having a good day? I hope they can hear you.
Yeah. Jill says, I'm off Holly Hill Road closer
Yes.
to Haines City. Our
Yes.
subdivision is named Citrus Point.
Okay.
Yep. Awesome.
That's a little south of where we're going.
Great, Paul. That's great, Paul.
What did Paul say?
He says he's doing awesome.
Good.
Paul's doing
That's
awesome.
good. Paul is doing awesome. See, that just makes my day.
Brunette Dookie says yes. Awesome. Sitting here sewing some Minnie Mouse ears. Disney up, boiler up. Says sitting here sewing some Minnie Mouse ears. Joanne Williams says beautiful fall day here in New Jersey.
Ah.
New Jersey. Disney planning by Zoa says absolutely. We will all be down there in 5 days.
Yay, Zoa! So here we are now. This is Davenport. It's, it is so changed since when I moved here 12 years ago. I mean, there's so much growth. I've sold down that road. It's kind of funny. There is the tax collector's office. That's where you would get your. Actually, I'll tell you one thing. I like the laws in Florida better than other states that I've been in, because you get your driver's license at the tax collector office. It makes it. I've never waited more than a half hour, as opposed to when I was in Los Angeles and waited all day for a driver's license. So it's good that way, and we don't have any state taxes and all that.
Disney up boiler up says sewing while in COVID quarantine. I don't have it yet, but someone in my house does. Oh, that's awful.
That's awful. Well, do you have an Etsy page? Is that why you're doing that? If you do, you can post it on my pages. No problem.
Yeah, go ahead. You can. I think you can. I don't know if you can put a link in the chat. I don't know
you might be able to. If it's in Facebook, you can.
Yeah, on Facebook, definitely.
It depends on where you're watching. The red ones will be YouTube. The blue ones are Facebook.
Yeah, she's on YouTube.
Okay, well, you can go to my Facebook page and post. They have some good little quickie restaurants here to eat. Cheesesteak place.
Now, I know we're probably going to... Disney at Boiler Up says, yes, I have an Etsy page.
Okay, great. If you want to share the link, I don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
Not every day, though. So it is interesting. You see that there is a lot of open space here.
It's kind of like being more in the country almost, a little bit than. I mean,
not anymore. I remember when I was here the first time 20 years ago, it was like nothing.
20 people watching.
20 people.
Make sure you say hi in the chat. If you haven't said hi in the chat.
Yeah, say hi in the chat. Please make sure you subscribe to all my pages. Go to DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com and share this with people, please. Share the live stream with your pages. That'd be great. So there's communities. Each way you look, there's communities like further back. A lot of people are interested in what I'm going to show you right now up here. And we're looking for Davenport Boulevard. So when we get to Davenport Boulevard, we have to turn left. But what's coming up is what people have been very interested in. Right here in the distance, you're going to see the Florida Hospital. It's got a new name. It's where I had my colonoscopy. It was a pain in the ass.
Disney at Boiler Up says they are also known as Disney at Boiler Up on Etsy.
Okay.
Brunette Dookie says, how far from Disney? I knew that was going to get asked.
25-30 minutes if there's no traffic.
25-30
if the traffic is light, there's never no traffic, but if the traffic's light, if you're going in first thing in the morning with the rush hour, yeah, it's going to be traffic.
So, okay, now we've got Jerry Reichel.
Jerry's
there to give us some. Let's see what she said. Trying to figure out capital gains taxes if I sell my rental property without having lived in it. What do you got?
Here is 2 over 55 communities. They're all resales. I'm gonna look that. D.R. Horton. What's that? I gotta look that up.
Something new going on.
I don't think it's going in there. I have to check it out. But it's all townhouses. They say it couldn't be over 55. It was townhouses. And if you have tax questions, please don't ask me.
Yeah, so Jerry says, trying to figure out capital gains taxes. Do I sell my rental property without having lived in it for 2 years, etc.? Looking at Davenport.
Okay.
She says, OMG, LOL.
Yeah. So here's Advent Health.
Advent Health.
Yep. Right there. So we're looking for Davenport Boulevard. I think this is coming up. We're going to be going on.
Comments. Oh my goodness. Brandon Kennedy. Brandy says, "Hi Victor, it's me. Here's my Etsy page, Disney Boiler Up."
Oh, she's Disney Boiler Up. Okay.
Disney Planning by Zoa. I've seen a lot of nice homes in Davenport, but worried that they are short-term rental areas. Well, I think Victor can talk to that a little bit.
Absolutely. There are some communities that are, if the house comes with a pool, I will bet you there's a 95% chance that it's in a short-term rental community. Many of these communities get incorrectly marked when the listing agent is putting them in. They don't know the community, so they don't even know it allows short-term rental. So there's a couple of ways you could double check. You could go to homeaway.com or vrbo.com, same thing, and just see if there's rentals listed there. But the major thing you want to do is read the HOA docs anytime you buy in Davenport. But honestly, if all the houses don't have pools, it's not a short-term rental community.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Jill McKelvey. Sure, I got that right this time. It says Bruna takes me half an hour probably to get to Disney from Davenport on a busy day, 25 on slow times.
Okay, so pretty close.
Jill says we have 2 new subdivisions coming in now off Holly Hill Road.
Sure.
Yep.
I'll have to go out there and live stream one day. Let's see, this is Davenport Boulevard. I should have checked online to see where it was exactly. Oh my God, I knew it was Davenport Boulevard, but now I'm driving and talking and I can't find it.
That's Sanders Road.
That's probably it that we just passed.
I think so.
Yeah, I know it's up by Northern Boulevard. It's okay, we'll find it. But I love this store here. It's Webb's candy store, car washes, all these real estate office. It's good to be Webb. Webb Square. I mean, this guy bought the land probably 40 years ago.
So, let's see, I got Lorraine Epple. Hi, Lorraine. It says if they don't have pools, it's a short-term place. Can you go over that again?
No. Okay. All short-term rental communities are going to have pools in every single home. Okay, it's just a quick way of seeing that short-term rental could have been allowed at one time. So it's just something to look for. Yeah, but the thing is, a good agent will know in 2 seconds if it's short-term rental is allowed in. The thing is, many of the homes, when I click on short-term rental allowed, some agents don't know that the home that they're listing is short-term rental allowed, or don't even know that designation is available in the MLS. So I find a lot of mistakes, as I find a lot of mistakes with over 55 communities. You know, you drive in and you go, this is an over 55 community, but it wasn't listed on the MLS. So when I look for over 55 communities, I can't just put in over 55. I have to put in the actual names of the communities as I know them all. Because the agents will definitely have made mistakes and don't even know that that's there. A lot of over 55 communities, some agents will go, yes, it's good for over 55s. No, that's not what it means. It means that the community is over 55. Same goes with short-term rental. So there could be a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, that's definitely ahead of.
Good, thank you.
Let's see. Good question, Lorraine. Good question. And I know a lot of people like short-term rentals. That's always been kind of a confusing thing for me too.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? That was
here's
something
the things about short-term rental communities. Like when people are looking to rent or own in a short-term rental community, because of the competitive pricing that there is, I always point out a couple of things. Number one is you're going to have a lot of long-term rentals in there too. Okay. You're going to have, I thought this was it.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of long-term rentals. And with the short-term rentals, you're never going to know your neighbors. So that, I think that's a real problem. But if you don't care about that, and maybe you're thinking, oh, in 2 years I'll rent it short-term, which is a good idea, then it doesn't matter.
So Brenda, we are on 27. We're going on to Davenport Boulevard right now.
I hope so.
I believe so.
I should have put it in here.
I'm just going back through these. We've got a ton of comments in here.
Oh, wow, great.
Aaron Wright says, "Hiya, Victor."
Hey, Aaron.
Disney Up Boiler Up says, "Getting lost is half the fun now."
Well, I can't believe it. But the road did not say Davenport Road.
It didn't. I didn't see it marked at all.
Here we are.
Yeah. Aaron Wright is showing a bunch of
Forest Lake. Thank God. Okay, so yeah, this is Centex Homes. I have sold through them. I think they're a strong builder. Everybody has their issues. Everyone. Starlight is a very interesting deal that they have. They don't sell the homes until it's built. I love that RAV4.
Disney Planning by Zoa says, Jill McKelvey, we are newbies to the area around Disney. We will be checking them out when we get down there. Lorraine Nepple says, yes, you just spoke my thoughts. Thank you.
Yeah, now here's another one that's coming in. That's by Lennar. I'm not a big fan of Lennar lately. They have burnt me 4 times.
Disney Planning by Zoa says, what's with the Four Corners? Hold on. What's with the Four Corners area? The name reminds me of the movie Gangs of New York. I don't know.
That is too funny. The Four Corners section is, where the heck is this place?
I don't know.
All right, well, we're going to be driving around for a while.
We should find our way.
Four Corners is where 4 different counties meet. Osceola County, Orange County, Lake County, and Polk County. We're in Polk County right now.
Oh, I'm wanted in Polk County.
Yeah.
I didn't know
You must feel good about that because you're not wanted anywhere.
Oh, it's getting old already.
And here we are, Forest Lake. Boy. So
you're right, Lorraine. Having a good agent is key. And
an agent who knows where he's going. Usually I use my GPS.
which is his phone, actually, which is attached to his phone.
Yeah.
I didn't have that on right now.
Okay, so we're going to go in here.
Disney Planning by Zoa says, Victor, that is why we are using you.
Thank you.
And that's awesome. That's awesome. Lorraine Nepple says, are there communities that don't allow rentals at all?
Well, there's nothing that doesn't allow. It's very, very, very rare. So, long-term rentals are usually you have to have a 1-year minimum. Okay, so we'll sit and talk.
Yeah, let's get
okay.
Up here.
So, so here's they will say in your homeowners association documents how long you can rent the home for. It's one of the things that gets very misunderstood when you're buying a home. For example, because on the MLS, it will say multiple listing service. It will say lease 7 months to a year. And people will think, oh, that means I can lease it too? That's absolutely not what it's saying. What it's saying is if you bought the home and you wanted to lease it out, you would you'd have to lease it for at least a year. Now, some communities, when they're brand new, will say that because they want owners to live there, because they want to really make this a community where long-term residents live, they will say you can't rent it out for the first 2 years. But that's pretty rare. That's in something like Celebration, communities like that.
Where the HOAs are very, very tight. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to keep the community to be a real community and not just an investment property.
Right. Jerry says
GERI, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Jerry, right.
Jerry.
By the way, Jerry, I don't know if you know this or not, but Victor did eventually clarify who you are.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say anything.
But we love her for it.
She's that's really cool, though. It's really cool.
She's cool.
Jerry says, please clarify this to me again. In an over 55 community, can one person that will be living with you be under 55?
Yes. Okay, when you're buying new, they have a little bit different rules. In fact, both owners could be, 20% of the owners couldn't be under 55, like if you're 50 or something like that. And yes, you can have someone with you as long as one person is over 55.
I have a question.
Everybody's got a little bit different takes on it, but basically that's it.
I have a side question to tack onto that about over 55 communities. Is there a state regulation or law or anything that dictates how many people under 55 have to be in the community or have to be allowed in the community? Like
20%. They can do 20% when they're new construction.
That's what I thought.
Afterwards, after it's built, if it's a resale, they have different restrictions. And you have to check, like sometimes, but all of them basically say no one under 18.
There you go. Paul, I've got tons of stuff here. Paul was Nora. I probably butchered that, but Paul,
why don't you say Paul?
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Highland homes?
Highland. Okay, the community in Davenport.
I'm not sure.
There's a couple. If you're talking about the one in Davenport, there's nothing wrong with it. It's right near here. It's a very fine community. Now, one of the things I'll say about Davenport is that the land itself doesn't have a lot of character very often. If you see here, we look around, this is a really very flat land. There's not the greatest views. My customer was very lucky when they came. They have an elevated view. Some of these are a little elevated. So the land itself may be not that interesting. However, when we went up to Kagan Crossing, like we did, I think 2-3 weeks ago, that had a lot of character to it. You had conservation views, you had ponds. In Winter Garden, you have more curved roads, you have more character to the community. Now, with that being said, your prices are reflective of that here in Davenport. But Highland, if you're thinking the one Highland that I'm thinking of, all the streets are named Highland. It was a nightmare driving around that. I was like, no, this is Highland Court. Okay, that's Highland Drive. Okay,
that's Highland Ave.
Yeah. There's a school right there, and I have heard, I will tell you, it's a grade school. I have heard good things about that school. On schools, I will give you the resources to research the schools. But it's very important when you're buying a home that you do some of your research yourself, because it's a very personal choice, what is right for you.
And quite honestly, I think legally you're not really allowed to touch too much on that.
No, because I can get sued.
Yeah, you have to be careful. So, Joe McKelvey.
Let me. Oh, wait, there we go.
Come back.
Yeah. 10 people watching.
All right, guys.
So we lost a lot of people?
Yeah. If you can hear us, say something in the chat.
Yes, please. If you can hear us, say something in the chat, please. So weird. We drove around and everything, and we get here and stuck in the 80s is the last response. Now, I wonder if I do a refresh. Hello. How are you? Good, good, Jay. Terrific. Okay, I'm
since they're supposed to be ready. That's my partner, Sandra Fitton. Works out here too. We normally do 10,000 to the closer, but for these homes,
That's all right.
we're
Great,
gonna
great.
be 12. Let me write down the HOA.
Yeah. Any CDD?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah. So 15 a month for
Oh, okay.
HOA, CDD for the year. It's 2,280 for the year annually.
Okay.
Realtors,
And that covers the community center and all that.
yes, it has a pool, playground area, open greeneries.
Okay, terrific.
And the 2-story is unlocked too.
Okay, thank you so much. Did we get back on? Forget that this thing's going to happen.
Oh, there we go. It's in and out. It's in and out.
All right. Well, how about we just talk about it and then get back in the car and drive around?
Yeah, let's talk about this and then we'll get back in the car
Okay.
and move on.
All right.
We're not going to have very good.
So, for example, a home like this is a 4-bedroom. And what I'll do is I'll do I'm sure I probably did the Thompson in some other community. Something like this would be 380 complete. So you're not being, what they do is they're a spec builder. They pick the home that's going to be built. They pick the inside features and they build it. And then they tell you what the price is. So they have right now homes ranging from 338 to 365, and those are the Hanover model. That's that model right there. So let's go walk. Let's see if we can walk around it a little. It's a shame we can't. It's, you know. So any questions? Can you see the questions?
Anybody have any questions? Shoot them off in the chat if you can. We're gonna try not to lose you again, but I make me no promises, tell me no lies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know it's spotty, so I know. So Victor, so can you tell us a little bit again about these two?
Okay, so this model,
Smaller one on the left there.
Hanover, they could start this model at, they have one available for 338.
338.
Totally including everything. Now, the thing about these communities are that they share the community center. So instead of the HOA fee covering that, the CDD fee covers that. And that's like just under $200 a month, the CDD fee.
How often do you have to pay? Oh, so it's
$200 a month. In total, it would be thrown into your taxes.
1 full bath upstairs, 1 full bath downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And how many bedrooms?
4 bedrooms.
4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
It's just more space.
Yeah. See, now I'll bet you I will bet anything that they're delayed on construction. Because if you could see that their windows are all boarded up.
Oh yeah, they're a little delayed on the construction. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, windows are a big thing out here. Because the demand is so high, the window companies can't keep up. But it really, I mean, you're 25, 30 minutes from Disney here. You've got all your shopping right at your fingertips. You got some, if you're a golfer, there's some great golf around here. How's our signal? Let's try go inside. Let's wait, you know what sometimes I do is I stay right at the front door and that's it. I just stay right at the front door. I don't go in.
We'll try walking up to
A lot of times the reason the signal is bad in some of these homes is because they have a radiant barrier in the roof. I'll have to ask if they do. I don't see it. No, but the radiant barrier does, you know, is supposed to reduce the temperature in the house, but it also doesn't give you good signals on your phone. Now, we need Hedy Lamarr to come up with a better, because did you know that Hedy Lamarr is the one that invented Wi-Fi?
No.
Yes.
I did not know.
Yes, she
I'm the techie geek out
go search her online. She doesn't get any credit for it, but she invented signal hopping.
Huh.
Okay, so what I usually do when I have signal issues is I stay by the door or the window. Okay, so you have it's an open floor plan. You have an office here. You've got, this is a half bath downstairs. And you've got a full kitchen. How's the signal? Good. Any questions? So why don't you stand right by this door and I'll point things out.
Diana, one more time, how far this is from Disney?
25, 30 minutes. I'd say 30 minutes if you have a little traffic. Pay attention to the traffic and you won't have an issue. Because I'd probably go up to 27.
Nice overhang one eye. I like that.
Yes. Here, let's go outside. I always point out what a savings it is to have the lanai already completed like this. All you have to do is screen it in. Mm-hmm. If you don't have this, then you have to buy the covering and stuff like that. But with my house, I have something like this. I have it screened in, and I'm out here most of the time. You know, I am out on my other house, I had nothing outside, but it was beautiful out there, but I never went out because it was sort of like, okay, I'm not going to sit right out. It just didn't feel, you know, this when you have a covered area. So I'm not going to pick that up anyway. But so as you could, that I wonder what the name of that community is. That looks very nice. Yeah. So we have any questions?
Let me go through them. Let's see. So okay. So
if your question doesn't get answered, ask again because it may have been scrolled up.
Jeanette says,
Jeanette,
what area is this?
This is Davenport on the border of Haines City. Haines City is got some really interesting communities in there. My favorite one is the resale community of Southern Dunes. That's sort of like the Providence of Haines City. It's a gated community. It does have some short-term rental in it. But there's certain sections that don't have short-term rental. But it's a beautiful, beautiful area too. But we're in Davenport, which is in the Polk County corner of Four Corners.
Jill says.
Jill, yes.
Yes, everyone uses our pool in Citrus Point. Ray Kastner says 2 questions. What is your opinion on Hanover family builders?
Oh, I got that. Here's the thing. Hanover Family Builders. Yes. I have sold one of those. And I will tell you that I found a lot of the times everybody's got to build the code. Okay. Everybody's got to build the code. The difference is 2 things: the features that they put into the home and the construction, and by that I mean the quality of the fixtures, the electrical. Did they go with the cheapest vendor, or did they go with someone who by their buying power puts in quality? What I found with Hanover, they did a very good job on my customer's home. And this was the first one that I've done. Yes, I got a very, very good impression of them. They were done on time. And they also kept in touch with us consistently through the development of the home.
Because a lot of them don't. Well, no, I can't say a lot of them, but it's becoming more common because they're so busy.
Yeah, like I just closed on a house now. The customers are very, very happy with it, but I didn't like the fact that nobody kept in touch with me. So but we did get our walkthrough a week before, and then we had the day before we had the final walkthrough, and that builder was very responsive. But I actually had based on my experience with the one sale that I had, because they're a smaller builder, I was very happy with them.
Ray asked an important question here, and I think
that's good. That's good that Ray asked.
This is something we got to touch on.
Uh-oh.
It says we built 2 homes in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
And we've never used an agent. Do you advise an agent in Central Florida?
What do you think?
But see, here's the thing. You got to understand why.
Here's the thing. This is one of the things that I say, that depending on how the market is, when the market was weak, which it's not right now, I was able to negotiate better terms for my customer. The thing is, what I think is I can be the bad guy. I can be the one that says, okay, we're not buying this. They're not moving ahead. I can be the go-between. I also, in many cases, am the one 9 times out of 10 who, when you start looking and start telling me what you're looking for, I can narrow down your search. So when you say, well, I really want a community that, is gated. Well, why do you want gated? Well, I'm scared about the area. Well, why are you scared about the area? Well, I heard this. So that helps me narrow down what you're looking for. For someone like that, I'd say, well, not only do you need a gated community, you want something with a higher security level. You want something like Providence, where they have they circle the area, and they have a manned operated gate there. So what I do primarily with people is help narrow down what they're going to look for, so they don't have to look at 100 different communities.
Yeah. And
I mean, I actually did this with a customer recently who had a limited time frame. The first community we went to was the community they bought in. I always go to the best one first, because I want them to compare it to what they're going to be looking at next. But the best in my opinion, the best in your opinion, it could be totally different. So yes, I've had people say to me that they didn't think that they needed an agent. And yeah, they could do it without an agent, but who's looking out for your best interest? Who's telling you, for example, did you know in the contracts that it says 2 years they have to complete the home? You want to know that, and you want to point it to in the contract. I don't write the contracts, they do. There's certain things in the contract, their contracts are going to be to protect you. You need to know when you're signing it, what you're signing.
One other point that I'd like to make is that when we moved here from New Hampshire, and things were very, very differently here than they do in New Hampshire, and I am quite sure that goes the same for just about any other northern state. It works very differently here. Building works very differently here.
Okay.
There are a lot more builders to choose from down here. There's so many more
There's a lot of
different
builders here.
dynamics down here that go into choosing a house, building a house, buying a house. It's not like it is up north. That much I can personally say.
I've never built a house up north, but okay.
There's just a lot
Yeah,
more.
if there's
that
only a
goes
few
into it.
if there's only a few builders, that's all there is. To
Well,
it.
and up north, you might get a small construction company to build your home.
Yeah,
Which
see, now
you
I
just
find.
don't run into that as much down.
Well, you do run into it, and the thing is, with them, everybody has to build to code, and the county comes in many times to make sure that they're building to code. And like I said earlier, you want to make sure that the features that they have a good reputation for high quality features. Some builders do not.
There you go. Diane Steffen says it's definitely spotty coverage here. Diane Steffen says, this is the second time I heard about that CDD charge in your taxes. I'm not sure I'm not thrilled about that.
Well, the thing is, you have to understand, do you want the features or not? Okay, so nobody wants to pay extra money for anything, of course. But if you don't want a community pool, okay, if you don't want tennis courts and things like that, it's either going to be in your HOA fees or it's going to be in your CDD. And it's either one or the other. Yeah. I had a customer who, I hate to say this, but I had a customer who told me, I want tennis courts, I want guard gate, I want activities, I want a restaurant, I want a big community pool. I said, okay, all right, that's great. I'm writing all this down. Now, the estimate is for HOA fees is going to be about $200 to $300 for that. And they say, oh, well, I'm not paying that. I don't want to pay any HOA fees. Well, I'm sorry, unless you buy your estate home with your own tennis court and your own pool and your own little butler who's at the guard gate, you ain't getting that stuff. So yes, it's a different way of doing things, but it's the way that they allow you to have those features.
Yep.
Now, if you don't want those features, if you want lower HOA fees, then you get lower features or lower CDD fees. I'm not thrilled about them being in your taxes, but in these communities, they all share the whole community. They share communities, the community center, which is right over that way. So it's just another way of doing it. It's another way of doing it.
Lorraine Nepple says, I
Yes.
will call you this week. I have too many questions.
Oh, great.
All right. That's awesome, Lorraine. Disney planning by
Ask some here because I love answering questions when I'm put on the spot.
Oh, yeah. Put them right on the spot, guys. Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate to put me on the spot. I love being on the spot.
Disney planning by Zoa says, Victor, that's what we need help with, narrowing it down.
Exactly. Because now the thing is, if you have the right, it depends of what your price point is, what you want out of the community, what you want out of the home. And so I go through a series of questions, and it's really like a tree going off into branches when you tell me, what you're really looking for. And sometimes I suggest giving up certain things, and sometimes I suggest you holding on to them. Like, for example, if you said, well, I want a gated community in Winter Garden, I'd go, there's not many of those. There's they can't get approvals on gates. And if you want higher HOA fees, that's what you're going to do with the gate, because not only are you paying for the gate, you're also paying for maintenance of the roads. Yeah. So sometimes I have to, weigh what your primary interest is. If you say to me, well, I'm really interested in the Orange County school system, I say, well, maybe you have to give up the gate.
Ray Castner says,
There's a couple gated in there though.
Paul meant Highland Homes, the builder.
Highland Homes. Highland Homes. Haven't heard of them. Sorry. Hanover Homes I've heard of. Highland Homes. Highland Community. Yeah. I'm going to have to research them. I don't know where they build.
Huh.
If you know where they build, tell me. I'll look them up as soon as I get home.
Is the CDD in addition to HOA fees for the most part? Diane?
Yes. Now, here's the thing. Here they only charge $15 a month for HOA fees. So usually HOA fees, when you have a community pool, when you have activity center, things like that, they're going to be in the high 100s at least. So I like the ones, like my favorite is the one that's just under 300, but they include lawn care, great community center. That's in Winter Garden. So they have lawn care, they have 2 community pools, all that kind of stuff. So that's where I think, and I love when they include cable. I love it. When they include internet, when they include high-speed internet. I have one that I saw recently that it was very expensive, but when we broke it down, it was a savings. And that's what it's there for. It's to be a savings in the long run.
Lorraine Nepple, this is going to catch us up on comments and questions unless somebody else got something else. If somebody else has something else, drop the question in there, drop the comment in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be sure to read everything that comes through.
I don't know if I'm back or not. I hope I am. Back. Okay. So tell me if you can hear me. That was weird.
That was really weird.
That was weird.
The whole program just closed right out.
Yeah. Well, they said I'm back. I don't know if they can hear me yet. So.
Yeah, we're back.
So what was I answering a question at the time?
Yeah, Lorraine Nepple says, do they tell you how many houses in these new communities are actually sold?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
They will tell you exactly how many are sold. They will tell you how many are under contract. They will tell you how many are being built in total. Usually the number being built does not change. Sometimes they're a little tricky, like there'll be extra land that they have first right of refusal on. I've seen that a lot where they say, okay, that land, we don't own that, but 2 months later they do. So, they don't want to go and say, we're going to be building for 2 years here and we have 1,000 homes, because they want to say to you, we got 200 homes that you were going to be building on. And then when they get to 195, they use the first right of refusal on the extra land. So I've seen that. I've seen that in a couple communities. It's the truth, but it's also manipulation of they're not going to tell you because they don't have the land yet. So they don't know. I've seen it a couple times where they do that.
So, have you seen the new fireworks?
Are they asking?
Yeah. Well, I'm asking.
No.
I'm asking because nobody's asked yet. So, have you seen the new? Because Victor can see the fireworks from his house.
Yes. In fact, I'll be live tonight from my Facebook, from the page you're watching on right now. I'll be live from the fireworks. There's from my view, from where I see, they're better. From where I see, they're better. It's a little shorter. It's like 2 minutes shorter for the fireworks. But from what I see, they're higher and bigger and bolder. And but the actual storytelling, I prefer the original, the Happily Ever After. I mean, I forgot totally about Wishes. I love this, the Happily Ever After. But from my standpoint, from my house.
Well, I know you can't see Harmonious from your house,
No.
but we saw it last night.
From your house?
No, we went and watched
okay.
it, and it is amazing.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it, and then I've also heard, people don't like change, but that's what Disney's all about. It's all about change. It's all about growing and adapting. And seriously, if they had all the same rides that they had in 1971, I sincerely doubt that you would enjoy it. You'd be going, oh, Jungle Cruise for the 50th time. Okay. But so I think the growth is important in the change.
Well, and when you look at this area, it is a growing area. So, growth and change is kind of rampant here.
Well, I would love to know if there's ever, I've heard things about the fifth park and stuff like that, but, not worth repeating until they break ground. I don't believe anything until I see a shovel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Any other questions, or do you guys want us to try to go through one of these models?
Did we have trouble inside here?
We didn't when we went through the last time, so we could try it.
Okay, I'll point out a couple things, and then we'll go through the back door here and see that. So, okay, so stay outside. Yeah. The way they've set up this kitchen, I mean, this is one of the things that I think is really important to see, that they have granite. Now, I like quartz better because granite can easily be ruined, but if you just take care of it, not a big deal. You have I love how the garage connects to the kitchen. So you're right in the kitchen, because the biggest time you're going to be carrying stuff is when you're coming from the grocery store. So I've seen this model in many, many communities. It's got a great office downstairs. I don't think that could be a bedroom because it doesn't have a full bath or a closet, but you could use it as a guest room. They just have to go upstairs.
If we lose you guys, we will come right back.
Yes, just hold on if we lose you.
Bear with us if we lose you. We're not sure how the signal is going to be.
Enjoy the view. Anyway, so... Okay, so here we have, these are good sized rooms. These are very good sized rooms. I've been in this model so many times. I'm sure I've got some walkthroughs of it. And you've got 2 bedrooms down here. This is the master. This is a pretty good master. It's got a step-in shower. Stand by the window. Thank you. Sorry to order you around.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so it's got a good walk-in closet. This is probably about 7 foot square. And it the front.
Oh, we're back. We're back.
Great.
I think we're back.
Okay.
We're running. We're trying to get out of here, guys.
Oh, that was good though. That was good.
That was like a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Yeah. So we'll go through the back again here. One of the things I'll tell you now, this is not going to happen, but one of the reasons I like new construction, okay, is anytime you have a 2-3-year-old home, this not stucco, but the block construction beneath here, it's going to start to get little cracks in them. And when you're buying a new home, even if it's new to you, I don't want to see that on a home. It also will come up on your inspection report, but I am telling you how many houses I have seen. I have a customer that we're going out and look.
There it is.
Yay!
Back.
I knew when you turned around.
I don't think we're gonna make it in there.
No. So this is the Hanover model. I'll go see if I have any live streams of a Hanover. Probably do. Probably have some videos. So if you have any other questions for me today before we drive out,
We've got a couple things here.
let's go sit in the car and turn on the air conditioner. I hate when I don't get to see the houses. Here, we can go like this.
Hey, we're back.
Oh, well, we're driving.
Okay.
Horizons.
We've gotten out of there.
Yeah. Horizons Elementary over there.
So I do have some questions. We can talk and
Great. This is where someone had said that they lived on Holly Hill Road. There's Miranda. I haven't heard great things about Miranda, but I never believe the signs. If sign says 250, that sign could be 3 years old. I'm telling you. I find that very frustrating that they do that. I don't mind if they have the lowest price. They say, that's available. But I don't like when they put the prices on there, because even I get excited by it. I see this low price and I'm going, oh, wow, I didn't realize that. And I drive in and it's totally not what you would expect.
So Ray was asking what that last model was that we were peeking
That was
at.
the Hanover, and they started about $340.
Yep. was such a fascinating bedroom, Aaron said. I'm not sure what that means.
No, because we had to look through the window.
Oh. Cindy and Kurt love the mouse says Frozen. Okay.
Oh, that was Frozen. The video was Frozen.
Oh, the video was Frozen. I'm like, the movie Frozen?
Yeah, the movie
We
Frozen.
like the movie Frozen.
We all like the movie Frozen. What are we, nuts? Of course we do.
Let's see. Carol.
I wonder if this is where Mouse Surplus used to be.
Carol Alford says, from what I just read, it's separate. Victor can confirm or not. I had never heard of CDD.
Yes, it's CDD is included in your taxes, and it's community district development. So what happens is there's certain features that are included in the community, and they create a bond with the county in order to pay it for it to be built. Because otherwise what happens is all the other communities around here would have to raise the taxes to pay for your pool. Yeah. Well, that's not going to happen. So what they do is they create a community district development, and they pay back the bond to the county. So it's it's what they call non-ad valorem taxes. You see it on your tax bill.
Aaron says I could move down there from Philadelphia, PA.
Mm-hmm.
I would say do it. And the reason I say do it is because I moved here from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, the only thing I can tell you is I wish I had done it sooner.
Wow, yeah.
So I can, it was my choice. Spend 6 months out of the year in my house, freezing my rear end off.
Yeah, you were always complaining about how cold it was.
And you're buried by snow, and it's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And so now, I don't think we're ever home anymore, honestly. I think we're always out doing something. I'm out here filming with you on Sundays. And yeah, there's always something to do down here. It is endless.
Yep.
Endless. There's, like right there, there's a buy peaches on the side of the road. I mean, there's just, it's endless.
Don't do that.
I'm just, my point is, you see so much down here.
Well, I love all they have so many farmers markets out here and food truck days. Yeah. They have a lot of, and once you get to know the places to go to, I mean, like I love going to I always call it Old Town Winter Garden up on Plant Street, where they used to, do all the orange, the orange, not picking, but they used to do the harvesting and boxing there. And now it's a big shopping.
That's where my wife's shopping today.
Oh, no, she's probably in Winter Garden Village.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So that's a real interesting area too. So there's a lot of things to do. And of course, if you like lakes and everything like that, yes, we've got lots of stuff like that.
But the thing is, like, if you just follow 27 north, where we are right now, yeah, it looks a little bit country right now, but in another few miles, it's not gonna look that way.
No, yeah.
So it changes very rapidly.
But you do go into, like, for example, when we go in here up to 27, I'm going to pick out to you the communities and show you which communities allow short-term rentals and which ones don't. So I know every community here. So if there's a mistake on the MLS, I can point it out to you immediately.
It's kind of hard. I think it's kind of hard to understand when you're coming from someplace that isn't here, because I mean, I only moved here like 4 months ago, 3-4 months ago now, and I think it's been 4 months. And when you say community,
yeah,
what you think of as a community, if you live in New Hampshire, is like your community, your a few towns or something like that.
That's true.
When you come down here, a community is very different. A community is, well, we'll see a sign up here.
Well, a community is what we call it. Once it's a development, then it becomes a community. Once it's sold out, So they also call them developments, and that's the way it is around here. Almost all these places that you buy were developed all at the houses were all built at the same time. Now, there are some older sections where there's no HOA fee, and there's, in Winter Garden's got several of them, but also some of those houses it's spotty, which ones have been remodeled and which ones haven't. When people ask me for a new construction home, I have to bring them to a community that's with a builder. So down here is a RV golf resort.
Yeah. Lorraine says, "Love these live trips. So informative. How are you adjusting? Are you happy with your change?" Lorraine, I can't reiterate how many times I've looked up and seen palm trees and just smiled, just randomly, completely randomly, because I know I'm not going to be faced with a cold, brutal winter again.
Yeah.
I mean, quite honestly. And I know there's so many of these little things that I'm learning as I've been down here. So it's kind of good that I'm with Victor, because I think there's things that even he, after living here for a long time, it's like you kind of forget when you make that transition. There's all these new exciting things that they're really kind of cool for somebody who doesn't live here.
Yeah.
The fact that we're an hour and 15 minutes to the beach on either side.
Yeah.
You can go to the East Coast. I can go to
Tampa. Keep left.
Yep.
There it is. So right here is the Posner Park, and I will tell you, there's a road that will take this road, the Ernie Caldwell Road, takes you right into Providence, which is one of my favorite communities in Davenport. It really is a great community. I've sold 4 houses in there.
Yeah, this is where we started streaming. There's a bit, so down that road to the right there, where you see
it takes you to the Ernie. Yeah.
There's Best Buy. Oh my God, there's so much stuff down there. I can't even think of all of it right now.
Yeah.
But we drove down in there just to go see the Best Buy, and there was a lot of stuff.
Now I'm going to point out the 2 ways that you would get to Disney from here.
Lorraine,
so junction number 4, this 4 is, we're at exit 55. To get to Disney, I would get on exit either 60, which is probably not that good because there's a toll, or go off at exit 62, which is Celebration and World Drive. So exit 62 would be 7 miles. Ta-da. There you go.
Now, Lorraine, you said, you're glad I'm happy. That's reassuring. The one thing I can tell you that I've learned, and this is my opinion, and I think a lot of people would agree.
These realtors are good.
Well, no, Victor was awesome, but working with Victor was awesome. The one thing that I can tell you that I learned was that, for me personally, I wanted to live west of I-4, preferably.
Okay.
Because that way I didn't have to deal with I-4. But then again, I-4 has not been the nightmare, for me anyway, that everybody else said it was going to be. I just haven't seen it, but I mean, maybe I haven't been there in rush hour on the right day or something, but it has not been as bad as what I was told, and not from Victor, but in general, everybody says, "Oh, I-4 is a nightmare. Don't go near I-4."
Well, it all depends on. I always say, what's your frame of reference? For me, I lived 14 years in Los Angeles, and you could get out of your car, go to a grocery store, and come back, and still,
yeah,
and your car's still in the same place.
Yeah. Yep.
So we're on the 27, heading north towards Disney. We're in the this is the beginning of the Four Corners section.
Yeah,
Walmart.com.
I can honestly say too, Lorraine, the one thing that kind of surprised me when we moved down here was how hot it consistently is. We wanted that though. Like that was a big thing for us. We hate the cold. We hated it. Once it drops below 60, I'm done. I'm in a winter jacket. I'm in heavy socks. Leave me alone, right?
Yeah.
That is kind of the, I don't know if I want to say mentality, but that's just how it was for us. We wanted something warmer all the time.
This community up there that does not allow short-term rental, there's a police station nearby that's called the Dunson area. It's really it offers a competitive price point. So they do have some like storage unit type facilities here, which I bet they wish they didn't build now that the land is worth so much. But these are all like transportation type things where they, like main hubs, like for Best Buy's hub is right here. I picked up a TV here. So I said, well, why don't you deliver it? I'll go pick it up. Anyway, and Walmart.com and stuff like that. So
yeah, we drove by one place down here. I don't know if it was in Davenport, or I think it was when we were on the way back from Tampa.
This is all new apartments. Lots of new apartments coming in. I worry about apartments because a lot of them, I see them being built and they're all wood. I don't like that. This would be another way you could get to Disney by taking the Ronald Reagan down there. That would bring you back to the 4, though. There's also a backwoods way to get there through a community called Happy Trails.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, it's kind of neat. Oh, it's probably the only place you can get vacant 5 acres of land empty and build a house on it around here. Yeah, it's not cheap though, not anymore.
Nothing's cheap, and you got to understand that the closer you are to Disney,
Laurel Estates does not allow short-term rental. That is a full-time community. Full-time community does not allow short-term rental. That's on my left, okay.
It's actually kind of nice because it sits down enough.
You don't see it from the road, yeah.
That you don't really see it from the road, and the wall that's there is going to stop your noise from the road too.
Tuscan Ridge does allow short-term rental.
And they're right next door to the last one. So yeah, it's.
If you see everyone has a pool, that's your clue. Florida Pines, forget that. Sorry, I shouldn't say anything like that. Here's a new community coming in. This is not going to allow this is Champions Gate. I'm not crazy about Champions Gate. I think they pulled the rug out from other people.
I was going to say, why do you not like Champions Gate? I shouldn't say what do you not like, but what are the downsides of living in Champions?
Well, you're sharing their community. Now they have one section is short-term rental, one section is not. Originally they were going to have 2 community centers. They only have 1. They pulled the rug out from people when they bought. So I don't like that. I think that's very. I don't like people changing stories on them. So down here, this is the 4 corners. These do not allow short-term rental. And down this way, there's a new community that does not allow short-term rental either.
So we are right in the middle of 4 corners right here.
Exactly. These are rental units, rental townhomes.
We are on Route 27, in case anybody was wondering exactly where we are.
Yeah. I've done I've done we can go there if you have a minute.
What's that? We can go to Kagan Crossings if you want. We're heading in that direction. We were just there, but I mean, like the shopping area down in the lower half, kind of show people where. Because I know when we were there the last time, we were on the back side of where Walmart and Lowe's are and that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that we really saw the front side.
Let me show them some. Okay, yeah, we'll go there too.
You know what I mean?
Okay, Calabay. Okay, was it Calabay Point? Calabay. I'm going to have to get the whole name.
Calibre?
Calabay Park.
Oh, Calabay.
Park. Calabay Park. That allows short-term rental.
PARC.
Yes. However, a lot of, there's two of them. There's one down in Haines City, which people buy as being short-term rental, and it's like ridiculous. You're never going to rent it there. So that allows short-term rental. Florida Pines. Forget that.
Again.
Yeah. Okay. Here we have. Okay. This is a new community they're still building in by Meritage. I should do a live stream from here one day. Tuscan Meadows. Now, this is Solara.
Oh,
Solara. No. Solana. Solana. Not to be confused, which I just did, with Solara. But that is short-term rental. No land behind your house, nothing. But it's got a great community center. It is guard gated, not 24 hours, but guard gated.
What about Palm Key Village?
That is, you don't own the land. That's a good point. Hampton Lakes. Now, this is interesting because Hampton Lakes is like 50-50 short-term rental. Everybody's got a pool. It's 50-50 short-term rental. I think it's a very nice community, even if you don't want short-term rentals near you.
You see what I mean, though, about communities. Like, communities here are, like you said, they're like developments, what we would consider developments up north.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. So, one thing interesting about the one place that you just pointed out is when you buy there, you don't use a realtor because you're not buying the land. A realtor can only help you when you're buying the land. And you don't own, like the Ridge here, you don't own the land. So yes, the unit itself is very inexpensive. It's a mobile home. But what would happen if the owner of the land decided to sell it? Because they got a big offer.
And then it goes out from underneath.
It gets, they sold the land underneath you. And they can raise your rates anytime they want.
I got two questions.
Good.
Hatbox Ghost
Yay! Hatbox Ghost
says hello.
Hello. Highlands. This is what I was thinking of. Highlands Ranch. This is another community that's really gone to 50-50 short-term rental and long-term residence.
Yep. See, this is the stuff that Victor knows. As you're going through here, you can just pop it right off.
I hate to say, a lot of agents don't pay attention to what the communities allow, and then you can be up the creek without a paddle.
All right, Hatbox Ghost says hello. As a vacation home, is it possible to buy a nice manufactured home without paying lot rent, quote unquote?
Sure.
Possible.
Yeah, it's possible. I'll be honest with you. I haven't sold any of them, so I don't. I've sold a couple right up this way. I'll show you where they are, but they're not new. They're resales. I was in one recently, one community, and the person wanted to spend under $100,000, and we went. I want to try it, and everyone had major problems for that price. So the thing is, it doesn't have a foundation, and they were tilting. It wasn't perfection at that price point. So I wouldn't mind buying one if it was brand new, but I haven't seen any new.
Carol Alfred says, I hate winter. Well, Carol, you're in good company right here. I am in Clearwater.
Now we're going to go to, show them the sign, Windsor Island Resort. I've been to this community before. Let's take a quick look. Because the community center, this is if you want to buy a short Okay. Thank you for those who stayed with me. We have several people. So we're here in the beginnings of Davenport, where it meets, where the four corners meet. So this is Polk County right here. And we're going to drive into Lake County, which I've done a couple of live streams from. And let's see.
Yeah, so we're basically heading toward Claremont
Yeah.
on Route 27.
We got you, Victor. Good. Thank you. Okay, back. Thank you for staying with us, because that was a long time we were out.
Yeah.
And the minute they invent Wi-Fi to go, I am buying it. Nice communities in here. In fact,
Mark.
Let me just take a quick look through here. I mean, this is where you can get a home, possibly under 300 still. They would not allow short-term rental, or some people would probably do it, but
technically it's not
not allowed. There's one for sale. I'd look up what that one was going for. But this is a nice residential community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the houses may need a little work, but then you know what? Then you get a better deal. But I don't show these areas. And the reason I don't show these areas is not because I don't like them. It's because if it's a resale, no owner wants someone coming in with a camera.
Yeah.
So they really do, especially if they don't know the person. So like when I have a home for sale where I'm the listing agent, I can get in there with no problem, and I would do a live stream from there. But here you are 15, 20 minutes from Disney. Tops.
Lorraine says, what about that Windsor community? I'll call you for more information.
Okay.
All right.
If that is a
someplace you're really interested.
Well, if that's something, if you want to rent short term, that's a nice place to rent.
Yeah.
And I have plenty. That's a nice place to own to rent. I will tell you, they're very pricey. They're pricey. So
Tom, you're right. It's another great Florida day. Like every day here for the last 2 weeks has been sunny.
Oh, I know. We've had, we always have a little rain towards the end of the day, but that means we'd had a hot day. So.
And even that hasn't been that bad. We did have a couple of really rainy weeks there, but I mean, this is the rainy season.
It is
what it is. Disney Planning by Zoa says, we don't mind a little work. I saw one that was so gaudy, but had so much potential and had its own private dock.
Let me tell you something. If you're someone who doesn't mind the work, that's where you get a decent price. Because a lot of people turn their backs on it and they won't even go to look at it because it has, like I saw a house recently that had horrible wallpaper and dark colored walls. If they'd brightened it up, it would have looked a lot bigger. And the thing is, that type of change is not a lot of money. But it ends up costing the sellers a lot of money because they don't want to do it. And also, they like what they chose. I always say, if you go into a house and you criticize it, keep your mouth shut, because it's like you're criticizing someone's kid and saying, hey, your kid's not that attractive, What are you doing? Keep your mouth shut and wait for the fact that they're not going to get multiple offers. And you always love everything. Oh, thank you for letting us see your house. It's beautiful. You go outside and you say, I think we could take 10,000 off because we need to do some work. Because you know what? They've heard that. By the first 2 weeks, they've heard it. These are some nice communities here because these are, like we were saying, mobile home communities. This one's over 55. This one isn't. And they have a little golf course in there too. If you want to be bored to death, you can go and golf.
Stop it.
But golfers welcome, and it's it's not it's what do you pay for your
It basically covers your tea times.
tea times? That's what they call it. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So now right here, this is the 192 we're going to right here. The 192 would take you right to Disney World.
Yep.
There is a community that's going to be coming in. I think Park Square Homes owns this land.
By the way, one thing I want to mention, because it's something I have you take for granted here. U-turns are allowed here.
Oh, okay.
U-turns are allowed here. You can make a U-turn every 25, 50 feet because they allow it here.
Well, they have the turn lanes for you to do it.
And
Yeah.
they even have turn lanes for you to make a U-turn. Now, if you're up north, that's pretty rare.
And this is the way to Disney World.
Yep.
That's the way you'd go.
One of many, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now here, this here's the Walmart and the Lowe's. This is Kagan's Crossing. So if you watched me a couple of weeks ago where we went to a community, that's where it was, in Kagan's Crossing. And I also have a contract pending now in there.
Oh, you know where we should go?
Where?
Where we grabbed a bite that day.
All the way up there? Okay, let's go.
Let's take a drive up there. I thought that place is awesome. What's it called?
Citrus World?
No. Showcase of Citrus.
That's it. Showcase
And
of Citrus.
I'm going to tell you, you and I went there that one day to grab a bite to eat real quick.
Yeah.
But I've been back twice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They have the most awesome little bar there.
Cool.
They have right now that they're in like pumpkin mode, so they have a bunch of pumpkins for sale.
Mm-hmm.
They have lemon groves, orange groves, lime groves. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Now, for those who have followed me, we're heading towards the Serenoa area as well. Down in this area here, you have a residential community, which is very similar to the community that we drove through recently. I really like that community. It's very residential.
Yeah, Woodbridge.
Yeah. Very, very residential in there. Any questions?
Let's see, I got Disney Planning by Zoa says, Victor, I hope we don't present too much of a challenge. Really want something unique and with architectural detail without costing a fortune. Well,
get a picture of me. Okay.
everything down here is getting pricey, and it is what it is, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is what it is. For something like that, you have to go further out.
If you don't mind being, half hour, 45 minutes from Disney, things are possible, I guess. I don't know. I'm not the realtor, you are.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what you think is, unique.
Peggy asked if it was going to rain next week.
Yeah. Yes, it will rain next week.
You can call us weathermen on that because we can predict it as well as they can.
Glenbrook down there.
Glenbrook,
yeah. Upset. I just saw a kitty that was hit. That ruins my whole day. A couple apartment buildings over here. Some communities here, like Westchester is a nice community.
Again, we're up in Claremont now.
Claremont, yes, that's right.
We are
We are running parallel to Disney. Disney's right that way.
Yep, right. Disney would be over here.
Like, I'd say 5 miles.
Yeah, right through the trees. Yep.
Right through, yeah.
Yep.
As the crow flies.
As the crow flies. Yep.
Eagle Ridge is very nice.
Oh yeah. Now, is this down in what they call the Sawgrass area, or is that?
It's coming up.
But that's coming up. Okay, so this is kind of in the Sawgrass.
Greater Groves is a very nice established resale community. Very nice.
Yeah, we almost rented in there, and then we ended up in Winter Garden at the end. Yeah, there's Eagle Ridge. There's some more shops down there. There's a lot of shops right here on 27 in Claremont. Tons of shops.
Mm-hmm.
Little shops, big shops, you name it. It's all here. I'm a fan of Claremont. I really am.
Well, I think it's great. And when the access roads come through, you're going to have more direct access to Disney. It's going to cut the drive time in half. Right now, you're talking about 25, 30 minutes to Disney because you have to go down, over, up. But eventually, you're going to be able to go straight through. Now, I've probably said to people, oh, it's going to be soon, but it's not going to be as soon as we'd like. Because it's just been postponed because of COVID and change of plans.
Disney Planning by Zoa says, I have seen a few that might be potentials.
Great.
But might be 30 minutes or so away. I expect to spend some money, not unrealistic. LOL.
Okay.
All right. Hal 9K1 says, hi guys. How are the public schools around Disney? Any idea within an hour drive from the park, what are the better school systems?
Okay, I don't like to quote on school systems because I could get in a lot of trouble. Because if I said to you, oh, this is an A-rated school, and then you found out that the district changed the day before you moved in, you'd kind of be a little annoyed with me. So I will tell you, in general, people are happier with Orange and Lake County as opposed to Polk County. In general,
what I can say you should probably try to do, and I'm just speaking out in outside terms here. What I would do, and what we did when we were moving here, was we found Facebook groups.
Oh yes.
Okay, find your Facebook groups of the parents that have kids in those schools, and then you will find out everything you want to know.
Absolutely.
Find local groups on Facebook, because I don't know how they are where you're from, but down here, local groups on Facebook are huge.
They absolutely are. And whenever anybody asks me if I know some sort of person to do this or that, I always go, first thing I would tell you to do is go directly to, we're going to go down here. Might as well, since we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been here a dozen times, but I love it. Okay. I have sold more houses down this road than any road in all of Central Florida. I've sold about 10 houses, and I've got other ones I know are coming. So let's go through here. I'll show you what's going on here. It's really, and then we'll go up to the citrus, because this is really interesting here.
Disney Planning by Zoa says, but that's where you come in to help us figure out what is actually going to work for us. Talking
exactly.
About, yeah. So yeah, Victor's. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir sometimes here because I'm sitting next to him, but he was very helpful for us.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very helpful for us. And the problem I see is that most people they don't want to hear the truth. They just don't want to hear the truth.
They don't want to. I just lost a customer, and I know she's going to be taken advantage of. I know she's going to be taken advantage of. I know the little tricks that they do, and then they push you towards something because it's easier for them. And they say, "Oh yes, yes." I would be really nervous if all my realtor said to me was, "Yes, you're so smart. You know so much about this area that you've never been to. Yes, that's true. Yeah, I've heard that too. Doesn't matter that he heard that it's wrong, but he's just going to go, yes, I've heard that too. Now, they can't tell you something that's directly wrong, but they can just go, yeah, that's, oh, yeah, that's a easy kitchen to remodel. Yeah.
Yeah.
But realtors also get a bad name because they just not because they're always saying, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah, that's the one thing that Victor won't do is yes you to death. If he disagrees about something, he'll do it respectfully, but he will tell you honestly.
Oh, I don't think I was too
honestly as he
disrespectful. I wasn't always respectful of you. I just told you that.
no.
I'm not going, hey, no, you don't want to go there.
I won't say the name of the town.
Yeah.
There's one town in particular, and
yeah,
Victor's a friend of mine, so it's a little different. But he just flat out said to me,
that was
XYZ stinks.
well, no,
or was a community, whatever.
Yeah, because you just got to because with friends, I can tell you better research that better.
Right.
You didn't do research good enough.
And the thing was, I hadn't done any research, so he had to call me out on it.
This is the Palms of Serenoa. This is one of my favorite over 55 communities. I have sold 7 homes in there, and the customers are happier than any other customers I've ever had.
Yep.
They love the community. It is exactly what you see is what you get. You're not overcharged for things. And now down here, Serenoa, I have a closing that's coming next week in here, in where I was the listing agent.
Jill says, Victor, you are awesome. Jill Horowitz Rosenberg.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. She says, you are awesome. Disney Planning by Zoa says, I say, suck it up, Buttercup, and listen to someone that knows what they're talking about. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And I'm sorry. If you don't know this area, there is so much different down here. You really need a realtor. You just
if you don't know the area, and honestly, if you get information from an agent and then find the house on your own, you should have the respect for that agent who brought you to that point. And I don't like to sign people up to make sure that they're going to work with me, because I feel like that's a contract that we really have to feel if we like each other first. And but I have had people, oh, I found the house on my own. Thanks so much for all your advice showing me the area that I eventually bought in.
Right.
That's kind of rude.
Spent all that time. I mean,
I don't get paid. I don't get my gas is, I have to pay for my gas the way you do too.
I asked Victor, on a typical closing, how much time he spends. And most people don't realize on a typical closing, beginning to end, he's going to spend roughly 40 hours of his time helping somebody.
On average.
On average. Now.
And sometimes it's entire days I just sit there in the house, waiting for inspections to be done, there's a lot of hours that you put in. Also, the prep work sometimes can be pretty slow, but, pretty quick. But sometimes it's a lot of, maintenance of the account,
Yeah.
So anyway, this is a community, and I'm glad I'm getting the chance to see this because I haven't been in for a while. We're going to be doing live streams from here very soon, from these 3 models. And this is a terrific community that's only about, when the road gets through, only a few minutes to Disney World, like 10, 12 minutes to Disney World from here. But it will show you that. And I've been here a couple of times. So look, the street sign's up now. South Lawn Street. Oh, that's nice.
So,
oh my gosh, look at this. Okay. So my customers bought on this street. Matt, if you're watching, this is where your house is going in. Let's see. 252, 251. Okay. Ooh, On the way back, we have to drive in and get a picture of that. Can you get a picture with your phone?
Yeah. Here, hold on to this for a second.
Thank you.
I'll get out and get a good.
Yeah, that one, 250. That's my customer's house.
Yeah.
That right here is where they say you can see the fireworks, but I would say they're right in that way. Now, they probably be like that big in the sky, but you would see the fireworks. And what I like about seeing the fireworks from my house, I can't get everybody's house to see fireworks, but what I like about it, it makes me feel like I'm part of the magic. You know, having it nearby is really nice. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I got 3.
Well,
you got some comments there.
We are starting to plan our move to Florida from Arizona. Arizona is currently a seller's market. My question is, if we put in a bid and put a contingent upon selling of our house in Arizona, absolutely. Now, here's the thing, though, I've got to point out about that. It's different with new construction builders, okay? You would, in order to do that, you have to have a contract on your house. You cannot say, we're gonna, and I would say no more than 2 months out. You could try more than 2 months, but what I would say is, here, hold this, and I'll talk about that issue and read the rest of them.
Yep.
You have to have a contract on your house with a definite closing date, and the thing is, then if it doesn't close, you can either extend it with another buyer or get your money back, but that would be on the contract.
Hal 9K1 says, "Will our bid be considered?"
Yes, he's asking.
Oh, okay.
Same question.
Okay. Yep.
So what they say is yes. Now, is it a strong bid? No, it's not. You're not cash. You're contingent upon 2 things. You're contingent upon your loan, and you're contingent upon the closing of your home. So is it a strong bid? No, it's not. But it's consistent with what other people offer. Now, that is why people say, oh, I had the cash offer got accepted. What I don't understand about people in cash offers is why they don't take even a slightly lower bid. Usually, they don't get as great a deal as you think you do with a cash offer. Depending on the seller, depends on the seller, but you don't. So this is going to be the sales office and the models, and that's coming soon, as you can see. So I think we're about a month away from these 2 opening up.
Yeah, that's close.
Yeah. So now that's where it really depends. I say, let's stop. I want to talk for a second. By the way, this is going to be a gated community. So in answer to JK's question, yes, you can put in an offer contingent upon your house closing, but not that you have your house on the market. It's got to be under contract. I mean, honestly, you could still put in an offer when it's not being under contract, but any realistic realtor on the seller's side would not accept it. They'd throw it right back at you. No, you're waiting for us to close on your house before you closed on your. No, you have to. And if you have it closed already, terrific. Now, I have found with cash offers, as I mentioned earlier, statistically, I'm surprised that people don't grab them because of the number of closings that don't happen because things fall through. So we're going to drive down here. I've been here a dozen times with you guys. Dozen times.
Zoa says, yes, I'm wondering how likely it is to purchase on a contingency there too.
If you're saying contingent upon the sale of your home, when your home is under contract, generally, that is the way I would say 9 out of 10 sales go. Very few people have already sold their homes. Right here is the road to Disney. When this gets opened up, which they keep extending it when it's going to happen, but it's planned. They've already approved the plans. When this gets opened up, you're 12 minutes to Disney.
We are 20% battery. I want to go low power mode.
Oh, don't do that.
Well, I just,
Okay, I don't know if that works.
it'll
Okay.
be okay.
All right, great. Well, let's get through this
Let me
quick.
get through these. So we've got B&P says, where are you? We are in the Palms of Serenoa area of Claremont. We're just kind of driving up and down 27 a little bit here. We're going to
get to one more stop, and then we're going to sign off. So if you have any questions, just ask.
Yep. Zoa says, it's risky for a seller. We lost a house because of a buyer's backing out for their own personal reasons, and it was finally the third buyer that came through.
Wow.
Yeah.
It can happen.
Yeah.
It can happen. And you know what? Your realtor can do all the research necessary to check on these, on the sellers, the buyers, to see how strong their offer is, and they can still fall through. They could still fall through. I had a deal where where I was representing the buyer and the seller backed out. And, we could have gone into a lawsuit and everything, but it just wouldn't be worth it. Any questions?
You guys got any other questions? Anything else?
We're going to go to Citrus World, and then we're going to sign off there.
Showcase of Citrus.
Showcase of Citrus.
It is,
Citrus
by the
World.
way, Showcase of Citrus is a family-owned, I found out, place. They are, it's just a cool little place that we found. They have a gift shop. They have...
Yeah, they're cool.
Well, yeah. Victor was the one who took me there, so I'm kind of preaching to the choir with him. But
yeah.
It's a neat little place. Right on Route 27.
So right now, as the crow flies, we're like no more than 5 miles from Disney World.
Yep.
As the crow flies. It's still a 25-minute drive. And when that road gets through, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll turn that 25 minutes into what, 15 maybe? Maybe 10? I don't know.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes you'll be,
Yeah. Let's see.
Plus, you'll have a lot more shopping right at your fingertips. Again, this is the community that I've sold more homes in than any other community. Sold 7 homes in there, right? I always think about that. Like, I got to write that down because I'm sure there's going to be another one coming up soon, though.
Zoa says, one of our buyers had not done a title search on their house they were selling and found out they didn't legally own it.
Can't do anything about that. Well, yeah, because maybe if it was willed to them or something like that, yeah.
We got a good question here actually. Hatbox Ghost. Sorry, I can't spit it out today. If I want restaurants and shopping fairly close to my home, is Davenport not as good as the Claremont area? Is Claremont a lot busier area?
Depends on where you are in Claremont. Because if you're a little north of here, there's a lot of restaurants and shops. Davenport is sort of like they're
spread out.
I would probably like for that Claremont a little bit better.
Yeah.
But when this road gets through, this section of Claremont's going to be awesome. It also depends on what type of restaurants you're looking for. Are you looking for the high-end restaurants? Well, Claremont and Davenport are not going to be good choices for you. If you're looking for, the type of
big box,
sit-down sort of like order at the counter type things, they've got some nice ones here. I mean, really good ones too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of similar to Kissimmee in.
We're going to go to the side way.
In that way of restaurants, like you have your Culvers and your Cracker Barrels and things like that. Yeah.
Your chain middle of the road, good fast food.
Yep.
There's a couple communities down here. This school, I think you'd be happy with the ratings on this school right here that we're passing.
Hey, Vito. How you doing? Vito's from New York. He says hi.
Hey, Vito.
Start them out.
We're going to be signing off very soon.
Yeah, we're just heading up to showcase the citrus, and then we're going to sign off. If you guys have any questions, any comments,
Should have brought the extra battery.
ask anything you would like. I actually did.
Oh, probably use it right here. Oh, no, because we have to take out the mic to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Or what you could do is you put it into here because this is a battery case. So a lot of new construction in this area too. No short-term rental allowed. But I'm not crazy about that builder, so I'm not going to go in there.
If you want, we can switch over to my phone.
How?
If we pull this out and pull it up on my phone, will it work?
No.
No. Okay.
We'd have to put in all the codes and everything. So we're going to be just driving a couple more minutes, and then we're going to sign off. So, but look at this. This is now one of the things I say about Claremont is if you want views, if you want a sort of hilly view with some character to it, unlike most sections in Davenport, when you go a little north here, you will find that.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, Route 27 over here is not as crazy as I'd heard a couple of rumors before I moved here that, 27 is so busy. Oh my goodness. 27 down in Davenport might get that way.
Haines City. The Haines City area in Davenport, I've run into some real major traffic snarl-ups there where you're like going, oh God, this is going to take forever. And it really does sometimes.
But you don't see that as much down here on 20. I don't anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Up here.
No, not up here. Not up here. But south.
Yeah.
Just a little south of where we finished.
So Showcase of Citrus has these big, they are supposed to be the biggest monster trucks. I'm not a huge monster truck guy, but they're supposed to be the world's biggest monster trucks that take you out through the swamps.
Wow.
Out here. Now,
they got a lot of fun stuff here.
They do. This little
They got a little boat out there. It's so cute.
If you guys are just coming to visit,
go to Showcase of Citrus.
Check this out because they've got some cool little
it's
things.
like a little amusement park. It really is.
I mean, it's just interesting. It's so fascinating.
Yeah.
It really is.
They got their big shark there.
Very Florida. It's very Florida here.
Oh yeah.
Look at that shark. I'm taking him home.
So this is Showcase of Citrus on the 27 in Claremont.
Highly recommend you guys check this out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They have these little food trucks here.
Yeah, I'm not eating there again.
No. But they have
yeah, it's fun. They got a little
fun.
bar set up here apparently.
Yeah, they have a bar. They have this bar out here, and then they have another bar in where the gift shop is.
Cool.
They have all these pumpkins out here for their pumpkin festival.
Yeah.
And then if you keep driving, actually, Victor, because we won't park. It's so busy here today. But if you keep driving, this loops around. We can end it on the other end of the orchard. We can just drive them through the orchard.
Oh, great! That'd be fun.
Yeah, just keep going straight.
I love when I drive through orchards because you really do smell the oranges when it's in season.
Where you're driving over to, because there's a board or something. So.
Really, it goes around. That's cool.
Yeah, you can see some of they believe these are limes. These are lime trees here on this side.
Okay, I think we need to.
Yep, keep going. Exit to the highway. See?
I think I think the power is going to go off, so we should close up now.
All right.
So anyway, if you have any questions, go to disneyatyourdoorstep.com. I can answer questions there. Please like and share this video. We're We're driving through an orange grove. How
Yeah.
fun.
Okay, so couple quick things. Daughter likes Chick-fil-A. Peggy, she would love this area because we have Chick-fil-A everywhere.
Yeah.
Tom Doherty says, thank you guys. Off to work. Can't wait to move down and enjoy life. Tom, you will definitely enjoy life down here. I promise you that. And I think we are about to lose you guys. Lorraine, thank you for your comments. Everybody, thank you for your comments. Carol Alford says, if ever get over this long haul COVID and ready to move closer to Disney, I will be in touch, Victor. You are great. And so is your co-pilot. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Deserves a little recognition.
Everyone should give a thumbs up to this video. It gives Victor traction.
Thank you.
Hatbox Ghost says, thanks and have a good day, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. And I wish we could keep this stream going because we're out here in the middle of these orange groves. And
Yeah,
lime
this is
groves.
different.
And
Didn't think I'd end here.
Weird place to end the stream, but you're welcome, Lorraine. I hope you all have a great day. Go out and enjoy it wherever you are. I'm going to hand off to Victor.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We finally figured out the sound and everything, and I so much appreciate your viewing. And please like and share, like we said. Thank you so much. Making the dream of a Disney lifestyle a reality. I'm Victor Naraki. Contact me on Facebook at Naraki Realtor or my website, celebratingflorida.com. Thanks for watching Disney at your doorstep.